Hi guys.
Hi guys.
Welcome back.
Welcome.
We're on episode 14, which is just absolutely crazy, and I really hope I said the right number just now.
You did, yeah.
Cool. Look at me go. I'm so smart.
Guess what? The last one was 13.
Really? Is that how numbers work?
I think so. Yeah.
Amazing.
I think so.
You guys, I learned something today. Isn't that wonderful?
I hope everybody learned today that 14 comes after 13. All right.
My fingers only go up to 13, so I couldn't figure it out.
What?
I'm just kidding. I don't have 13 fingers, you guys.
You're like, haha, I have 12.
No, I have the normal amount.
Which is?
69.
What? Could you imagine?
Bro, I cannot imagine.
That would
be terrifying.
Yeah, I'm like, that's almost 7 times as many fingers as you have. I don't even think they could all fit. Would they be super?
I had to think about that math for a second. I was like, what?
So, like, would
that doesn't make sense. Yes, it does.
Do you think they would be super thin fingers?
Yeah, super thin and like really long, maybe, so that they all fit.
Like almost like centipede hands.
Oh, gross.
Yeah. Did they ruin it for you?
Yeah.
Cool.
Why do we say shit like this?
I don't know. Because we're sick. Our
Clearly.
brains are sick.
Anyways.
Because I'm thinking... Sorry, I'm already going back
to no, that's dangerous.
So I know. So, but like, okay, so if they weren't all like in a line and like, you know, almost 35 fingers on each freaking hand, super thin, super skinny, all usable, would they just be poking out from every angle? And then you just have like a mace of a hand with just fingers in every direction?
Can you imagine how expensive gloves would be?
I don't even think they'd be like usable at that point.
I don't know.
You wouldn't have palms because you'd have fingers coming out of it.
Well, no, you would still have palms. They would just be really like, I don't know.
I mean, like if you have like a ball, and then you have just like.
Why would you have a ball though?
But I'm just trying to figure out how you would have 35 fingers on each hand.
Well, that's only 7 times more than what you already have.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So, like, if they just go like, I don't know, like if they're just like really, really thin, then you just put a bunch next to the ones you already have.
Well, yeah.
And then maybe like an extra like 2 layers of fingers above it. I don't know.
I'm just thinking if they're not super skinny and they're like normal finger size, they'd have to take all
why
the
though?
back
That'd
of your
be terrifying.
hand. I know. Why are we talking about this?
I don't fucking know. You wouldn't be able to pick anything up.
I know. You know those like super stringy things that have like the soft, like a million little soft, definitely not a million, but like 100 little soft, like squishy, stretchy things.
And you mean like the little rubber stress ball things?
Yeah, it'd be kind of like that, except like bone and skin.
See, now I'm picturing them made of rubber though. Like you can stretch them out and like play with them.
Your own personal stress balls.
Oh my god. Women already have those. They're on your chest.
I mean, so do men technically.
Yeah, but men's are less fun to play with sometimes.
Fair.
Not that I would know anything about playing with a woman's, but...
But you know about playing with men's?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm very knowledgeable about that.
See, and I play with my own, so, like, it is a real thing. Like, it's just fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
None of this has any relevance to what we're talking about today.
No, but it's funny. Welcome to the podcast.
I apologize.
I don't.
Me neither. I was lying.
Ha! Gotcha.
April Fools, but in June. Oh my gosh. This is what getting old does to me. The fuck? What did you do to me? You infected me with oldness.
No. What? Funny? You're welcome.
Oh my gosh.
Gracie, you're
For those of you that have
welcome.
not been here since last month, we're both a year older now, which is
We
crazy.
are. We're both June babies. Can you guys believe that?
I can.
Say happy birthday.
No.
Not you. I meant them. The listeners. The
Listeners.
watchers. The
This is me turning my head to look at
viewers.
you really creepily.
Oh my. Oh my god.
I know, right? I can go
Like
so
Stewie.
far.
Like Stewie when he does it to Brian, and then his
Right?
head is suddenly
It's
like
like
moved
sideways.
sideways.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
don't know why
gosh.
that's just so funny to me.
I freaking love that show.
You know, everybody, Link was shocked that when I said that my therapist listens to this podcast,
Hi, Bestie's therapist.
like he was like, "Your therapist listens." I'm like, "Yeah, she listens while she walks her dog." And I
I
told
think
her it
that's
was
amazing,
super.
actually.
Yeah, I told her it was super unhinged, and she was like, "I love that."
Amazing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I should get me one of those.
Yeah, she's a good one. Well, I guess should we jump in then?
Yeah. So this week we're going to go back to our roots, all the way back to the first episode
Oh
where
no, I have to
we.
dye my hair back.
What?
We said we're going to our roots. Sorry.
But your hair was the same color in the first episode. You don't even have any roots. Fuck you. Oh my god. We're gonna go into some Am I the Asshole stories, which right now Bestie is the asshole. For that comment.
You know what? You know what? I'll take that. Yeah. I'll own it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That was definitely an asshole move.
That is crazy.
It do be wild.
Right?
Well, would you like to kick us off with the first Am I the Asshole story, or would you like me to?
You go for it.
All right. This one is a new one that just came up yesterday. So, am I the asshole for marrying a rich man and letting him do whatever he wants, including sleeping with other women?
No.
Right off the bat, no.
You do you, Bestie. Live that rich life.
Exactly. And I'm like, if you guys have an arrangement where like that's what works for you, that's what works.
Right. I'm curious who thinks she's the asshole for this. Probably her jealous poor friends.
Maybe.
Because same.
Yeah. Same. I know. Girl, same. So I, 25 female, grew up poor. My mom, female 45, worked 2 jobs, and my sister, female 23, and I had to help out from a young age. Life was tough, and I swore to myself that I would do whatever it took to escape poverty. A few years ago, I met my husband, male 35. He's very wealthy, and while our relationship started with genuine attraction and love, his wealth was definitely a factor in my decision to marry him. He provides me with a lifestyle I never thought I could have: a beautiful home, luxury vacations, and financial security. We have 2 kids, a daughter, female 3, and a son, male 1. They mean the world to me, and being able to give them a life I never had growing up is incredibly important to me. But my husband sleeps with other women. He was upfront about it from the beginning, and while it hurt at first, I've come to terms with it. To him, it's purely physical, and he's always made me feel like the most important person in his life emotionally and materially. Recently, my mom and sister found out about his infidelities. They're furious and think he's taking advantage of me. They believe he is using his wealth to manipulate and control me, and they feel I'm sacrificing my dignity and my self respect for money. My mom cried, saying she raised me to value myself more than this, and my sister called him a predator who's exploiting my past struggles. From my perspective, I made a practical decision. I'm happy with the stability and comfort my marriage provides, and I don't see it as a loss of dignity. I chose to prioritize financial security for myself and my children. It's not like I'm being coerced or mistreated. My husband and I have an understanding, and it works for us. So, am I the asshole for marrying a rich man and letting him do whatever he wants, including sleeping with other women because I refuse to go back to being poor and want to provide a better life for my kids?
No, especially if you guys have like, if he was upfront about it at, like in the beginning, and you agreed to it, and you're fine with the situation, and it's like, yeah, that doesn't mean you're an asshole,
Yeah, and like it's an agreement. Every relationship
right?
looks and is different. And I'm not saying that like, and also the top comment says it loud and clear. It says this doesn't sound like infidelity since you knew about it.
Right.
So it's not exactly straying from the marriage. It's literally coming to terms with it and, agreeing upon it in the front. And like just as much as he's getting out a partner who is fulfilling what he needs, as well as getting what he needs outside of the marriage with, the other women and everything, she's literally getting everything that she wanted, and what her goal
Right.
was financial security
Exactly.
to
And
not be
also,
poor.
like, what is he manipulating her to get out of her, like, to begin with? Like, kids? Because he could do that with anybody. He doesn't have to marry
Exactly.
them for that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he probably might have kids elsewhere. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But,
Yeah.
like, what exactly is she bringing to the table for him that he has to use his wealth to manipulate her?
Yeah.
Like, no.
I mean, other than like maintaining a home, but that also
Right,
seems
but
like it's
that's if he
part of
has
her.
he has enough money to buy a maid.
Yep. Exactly. He could hire anybody to do what she's doing with like in terms of maintaining a home, taking care of the children, things like that.
Right.
So like I'm not saying that
He
she's
can
not
hire
bringing.
help.
Exactly. I'm
Exactly.
not saying she's not bringing anything to the table, but like
In the context of the information we have, no, it's just the way that their marriage is, and it works for
exactly.
them. Mind
And
your
like
business.
a lot of people could probably see her as using and manipulating him for
Right.
money.
And a lot of people
So
would.
exactly, a lot of people would, and would be like really like not okay with the fact that he's sleeping with other women, or it sounds like they also respect each other quite a bit in terms of like
Yeah.
the fact that he still treats her well. They have a family, like he takes her on luxury vacations, stuff like that. Like he is doing everything to provide for her. He's just getting, you know, extra outside the home. And like if that's what she is okay with for having the financial stability and security, then that's what it is.
Yeah. No, honestly, bitch, good on you for marrying rich, because we should all be so
Right?
lucky. Just kidding. I plan to
Right.
marry for love, not money. But if the money
Same.
comes with it, great.
And a cherry on
We
top,
can make
for
our own
sure.
money. Right, exactly.
Exactly.
Um, okay, this one is interesting.
Yeah.
So, am
Another
I
one.
the asshole for refusing to lend my sister-in-law money because she got the house I was expecting to, or expecting to go to all of us? So, years
Wait.
ago, sorry, what?
Oh, I was gonna say, wait, read that again.
So, am I the asshole for refusing to lend my sister-in-law money because she got the house I was expecting to go to all of us?
No.
Right, exactly.
First
Just off the
point,
title, no.
never obligated to loan anyone money ever, period.
Exactly. You're only obligated to give people money if you borrowed it from them in the first place.
Exactly. Period. Case
Yeah.
closed.
Or unless you're
Story
buying
over.
something.
Exactly.
Um, yeah. So years ago, my wife and I moved back to live near her elderly parents. We bought a house a couple of streets over from them for about $300,000. When we moved back, we helped them with the maintenance of their house, including replacing the carpet, two AC units that totaled $15,000, appliances, and weatherproofing the house. In all, we spent about $75,000 to make their house more comfortable in their remaining years, with the understanding that once they pass, the house will be sold so that we get our money back and then split the rest of the money evenly between my wife's siblings. When they both passed, we found out they left the house to my wife's youngest sister. The parents wrote a letter explaining to the siblings that the parents wanted to make sure that she would have a house because she would never be able to buy one without their help. The rest of the siblings all had houses and were doing okay, so they understood and accepted the situation. I was livid because we poured money into that house and now we're not going to get it back. My wife and I argued for weeks until I realized I had to accept the money was as gone, or else my marriage would be ruined. Over the years, the price of houses increased dramatically in our neighborhood, and now our house is worth $1.75 million. Sister-in-law's house is also worth over $1 million, and her property tax is over $30,000, which she has struggled to pay every year. Last year, her husband was let go from his job, so they couldn't pay their taxes in January. By February, they received a letter stating they were considered delinquent, and now they owe a 6% penalty fee and 1% interest in addition to the tax. On July 1st, the penalty would increase to 12%. The problem is that all of the siblings had financial difficulties last year, so none of them could loan her money as they did in previous years. However, we're doing okay, so my wife asked me the other day if we could loan her sister the money. I said we poured enough of our own money into that house and refused her request. Our arguments have gotten to the point we're both shouting at each other. I know I can be petty, but I think I'm justified to not loan over $30,000 to a person who stole $75,000 from us. My wife doesn't want her sister to lose the house that they were raised in. No, not the asshole.
No,
For
not
sure.
at all. Like,
Like,
Jinx, Yumi soda.
no.
A diet soda.
Haha. It's like, no, you got the beatus.
I got the beatus. Absolutely not. No. Like, one, if it was an understanding that the parents would give or like sell the house for profit for all of the siblings, and then they kind of pull a fast one and they're like, oh, well, our youngest will never have a house without
Right.
us. Let's give her our 1 point whatever $1 million house. Not knowing the cost up front is like, it's negligence on the youngest daughter's fault, as well as the parents leaving it like that, because I can almost guarantee you the money that they would have gotten, say there's even five children at that point, right? And your
Yeah,
house sells for $1 million.
that's
This
still a
is
lot
just
of
for
money.
easy math, like purely easy math. That's still $200,000 to all of your children.
Right.
And then your, OP and his wife get the money back that they put in plus some. And then all the other, children have money. And like, I I understand not wanting to let the house be given up, but like maybe like
But
a
here's,
situation of sell it to us and we'll rent it to you. That way
well,
like we take
here's the
care of it.
thing. Is that the original agreement was that the house would be sold anyways, so they were already going to lose the house in terms of
Exactly.
unless one of them bought it,
Right.
which none of them can afford to do, clearly.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, so like, and like the sister is clearly living well beyond her means if she can't afford her property taxes and shouldn't have
Right.
agreed to take the house without
Exactly.
like realizing that, or the first time that they had difficulty paying it and had to get a loan from one of the other siblings, she should have sold the house and downsized into a house that they can afford.
Mhm. And like not to be like an asshole or anything, but how do you not question the costs of, inheriting a house like that?
Right, exactly.
On top of the fact that it sounds like the house was paid for, but it's just that the value is super high and all you have to pay is taxes. Okay,
Right,
then budget each month. Like $30,000 over the entire year. It's a pretty penny, but it's about what like rent or like cheaper rent. Hold on. Not maybe not cheaper rent, but it's
so
$2,500 a month, which is pretty standard for like I feel like a mortgage. And if their house is worth over $1 million, that's way less than what they would pay for a mortgage.
right.
So kind of take that as like, oh, I'll be paying my taxes each month instead of paying a mortgage or paying rent. And then I own this beautiful home that my parents were able to give to me, and I don't have to ask my siblings for help. Like, obviously, the parents knew what they were doing when they said that she was never going to have a house without her help because she has a house with their help and is barely able to keep
Yeah.
it. So it kind of almost sounds like a entitled an entitlement thing, or like a golden child kind of moment, which I always get really frustrated with.
Yep. I feel that.
And it's not to say that you can't and shouldn't help out your family, but when they are like when OP and wife already got like the short end of the stick and like stiffed on $75,000, it's different if they had gone into it being like, I want to help you do this, no strings attached. I don't have any expectations,
Right.
none whatsoever. But that's not what happened. And yeah, that's a shitty situation. Like helping family is difficult when stuff like that happens because
Yeah.
it's never black and white. It's not, you know, cut and dry or anything like that.
And like I hate to say it, but like even helping family with something like that, especially when there's that much money involved,
Yeah.
and there's an arrangement agreed upon by all parties for the people to get their money back,
Hmm.
you need to put that legally in writing,
Exactly. Because, like,
so that shit like this can't happen.
right. Because at the end of the day, that's almost $100,000. And, like, if you're flush with
Right.
money,
That's not a
I,
small amount of money.
no. And
I don't care
even
how
if
much money
you're
they have. That's still not a lot, or that's still a
right,
lot of money.
I mean, unless you're like a millionaire, that's
Right. But like,
like
clearly
they're
they're
living
not.
right. Exactly. Like they're working their asses off to make sure they can make their ends meet and pay
Right.
their bills and
Exactly.
pay the taxes on their house. Like $30,000 is some people's annual salary. Like it's nothing to sneeze at,
Yeah.
but it's
Right.
also
Exactly.
yeah, and it's also like that's also like some people's
thirty
rent.
thousand dollars. I wish I was making $30,000 a year. Oh God.
So like that's like just the thing. And it's
Yeah.
like that's part of being an adult is asking those questions like, "Oh, I'm inheriting a house. Like what's this going to look
Yep.
like?"
Well, that's the thing.
So,
Um,
are there any
like
updates
my
on it?
grandparents own two houses now,
Mhm.
and they don't have a ton of um, like children or grandchildren to leave those two
Mhm.
eventually. So there's like whatever amount of chance that like I will get or like partial ownership in one, or like I'll be left one or whatever. I have no idea. But
Yeah.
I definitely know that I cannot afford even property tax on a house right now, let alone anything else. So like that shit's getting sold unless I am in a way better financial situation by that time.
Mhm. Understandably. And
Yeah.
like I I found the post.
Yeah.
Um and somebody else commented on it too saying um this seems to be a continuing problem. Note that OP said that the other family members loaned sister-in-law money in a prior year,
Right.
but couldn't this year because of their own financial difficulties. The money would never be paid back, like the 75K in upgrades. If this is done, OP should assume the money is gone. Even if brother-in-law gets another job soon, I'm just guessing that they will just not be able to continue affording the house. And then someone else was like, yeah, they need to put this on the market ASAP.
Right. For real.
Yeah. Which is like, it's accurate because, like, if they struggled the year prior, I'm not understanding why they didn't make the moves to sell the house. And,
They should never have accepted it because clearly they've never been able to afford it.
right. And, like, that's really great that the parents wanted to, help their youngest to afford a
But
house
at this
in their
point they're
life.
not.
But, exactly. And I'm not sure what a two income household is doing in $1 million home, not able to pay even the taxes,
Right.
but get your shit
Well, they
together.
said that the brother-in-law lost his job.
Right. But if they were struggling the year
When you just
prior,
get
that
another
means he's been
one.
unemployed for like over a year, probably.
Right. Or they couldn't even afford it when he was working.
Right. And then it's also like, what is sister in law doing? Because
Yeah.
most wages, most two income households I'm pretty sure are making at least $50,000 at least. But if they're both not working, yeah, they're going to ask their family for help.
Yeah.
I don't like it. It smells of entitlement.
Yeah, and honestly, like, yeah, no, it's
And
just
like I get like that
people.
the and I understand that like the pandemic was really difficult on everybody losing jobs and everything. Um but like if you do want a job, even if you have to work at a grocery store, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, exactly.
And the grind sucks sometimes, and it sucks to be put back in that
Yep,
position or even be working part-time or working multiple part-time jobs. But if you're determined enough, you can make it happen.
exactly. And then, yeah, I was gonna say
Freaking
something, but I'm not gonna.
deep today.
We're not gonna. I'm not gonna open that can of worms on the
Okay.
podcast. You know what I'm talking about, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah. Anyways,
Well,
what you got?
again, not the asshole. All right. My next one is: am I the asshole for being distant to my wife after what she said? I don't know, Redditor.
I,
That's
I
so
don't know.
vague.
Maybe depends on what she said.
Maybe. Mayhaps. What did she say? Um, my wife, 25 female, and I, 27 male, have had our. What the fuck? Okay, I obviously didn't oh my god. I did not
Proofread.
proofread this. I'm gonna read it exactly as it says, and it's not gonna make sense.
Okay.
My wife and I have had we're having a great married life. You know what? She's right. She's right. Okay. Anyways, we were planning for kids and starting a family. She has got a sister who has a good sense of humor, so in family gatherings, we laugh and joke a lot about. And her daughter is a cute little girl and doesn't have a father, but I always feel bad for her. Thus, I play video games with her many times. In a recent family gathering where I didn't go because I had a meeting, I received a call from my wife. She was extremely angry and asked me to get to her parents' home like it was a to do or die situation. So I talked to my boss, lied to him that I had a medical emergency, and left. When I reached her home, she was crying, and as soon as she saw me, she and her parents just went ballistic. They started yelling at me, cussing at me, and calling me names, and they accused me of cheating with her sister, which I thought was baseless, and so I asked them why they thought that. And then she shows me a drawing made by her sister's daughter in which I and my wife's sister are kissing, and my wife goes by the logic that the girl drew what she saw. I tried to give reason by saying that the kid is around 6 or 7 years old and reasoning that the drawing could be anything. And they again said pretty nasty stuff to me. So I told them to just go and ask the kid why she drew that. They go ask her, and the kid says she drew it because she wanted my wife's sister and me to be together. When my wife asked her if she had seen us doing it, she said no. I was angry at my wife because why wouldn't she trust me? Why was her trust so low that a drawing made her feel threatened and their words damaged me too? It has been 1 week now, and I've been rejecting her romantic advances, and today she said that I was overreacting and I'm a cunt. Am
Oh
I the
my god.
asshole? You know
No.
what? No, not at
Your
all.
wife is.
I was
Her
making
parents
fun of.
are.
I know I was making fun of his grammar, but like,
Right.
no,
That's
absolutely
crazy.
not.
So, like, you don't just, like, first of all, you called a man out of work for that. Bruh. Why
Right.
didn't you go
See,
and ask the child first?
exactly. See, and I thought that like they were calling him out of work to come like placate the little girl.
Right. That's what I thought first, too, but
Yeah,
apparently not.
and like she was gonna be like, oh well, it's your job to like entertain her or something. And like, no, it's not my job. This is worse.
That's
This is literally
insane.
worse.
Literally, literal insanity.
Yeah, the fact that they all grouped up on him, they saw
Right.
a picture, interpreted it however they want. Like kids have
Not even just a
super
picture, a literal child's drawing
right.
from a 6-year-old. Like,
Exactly.
you know
And like
what? Like my best friend's nephew drew a picture once of a flamingo with rainbow hair, and I had my hair dyed rainbow at the moment. And it's like, this is you. And then my best friend didn't walk around calling me a flamingo all day. Like, bruh, you cannot, like, it's a child's drawing. Children
right.
know shit.
Well, and like especially a little girl who doesn't have a father figure
Right.
and the person who hangs out with her the most at all family gatherings, of
Of course she's
course.
gonna, like, put him in that position of the father figure.
Exactly. Like regardless of if, where mom is or even if there was dad. Say dad's even like present but not quite as around, like not nearly around nearly as much. And OP was still hanging out with the little girl. It's still very possible she drew a picture like that
I
because
want to know how they knew the drawing was of him in the first place. Unless his
I
child is
know,
Picasso or some shit, like,
right?
or labeled it with names.
Kids do that a lot, actually.
Sometimes, yeah, but like, okay.
Yeah, be like, how do you know that?
Random blob on a page. That's you cheating with my sister. Fuck
Right?
you.
Look at that mole on your forehead.
Oh my god.
It's obviously my husband. Dun dun dun.
Insane.
Totally. Yeah, no, not the asshole. I kind of want to see if there's an update at all. Hold on.
I didn't see one when I scrolled.
Ah.
I passed this one and I almost picked it to read, and then you started reading it, so I was like, alright, cool.
Neat. Yeah, no, that's absolutely insane.
Insane.
To like not ask the little girl first or even talk to
Right,
him.
exactly. And the fact that you, like, made him leave work based on nothing
Right. Oh
is
my gosh,
crazy.
I'd be fuming.
Divorce time.
Right? For real though.
Go sleep with her sister anyways.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Divorce her, then do it.
I know, right?
Oh my god, can you imagine though?
No, that'd be wild.
Marries her sister instead.
Oh my god. I mean, if she's more level headed, still fucked
Oh,
up though.
nah, that's crazy.
It is crazy.
All right. Am I the asshole for breaking up with my girlfriend after searching her phone? No. You're an asshole for searching her phone,
Right.
but depending on what you found, probably not.
Yeah.
Because this sounds, yeah. Anyways, my girlfriend was over at my house. She looked through my phone and found nothing. She did this regularly. I realized I had never looked through her phone, so I asked. And when I went to go grab it, she snatched it away. I felt my heart drop, as you'd only grab it away if there was something you didn't want them to see. I ended up taking it and looking, and she was texting this other guy, and he was always sending super flirty messages. I don't know why she didn't stop it when our boundaries were made clear in the beginning of the relationship. It didn't stop there. I found out that she deleted conversations with other guys, so there's more I just do not know of. She even lied saying she didn't, but later admitted she did. And this is where I drew the line. So I kicked her out of my house and said I didn't want to see her ever again. She begged to stay, but I stood my ground and said no. Am I the asshole? No.
No, absolutely not.
Right. And if she's searching your phone regularly and you asked to search hers, to look at hers once, I retract my earlier
I
statement
know.
of
I
you
know. I
being
was
an
like, she's not even
asshole.
the asshole for that. Oh my god. Like, that's so, oh my god, it's so stereotypical of people will accuse and,
Right.
think that you are doing something that they
Yeah.
themselves are doing.
And this
Be like,
first comment is
she's,
like, not the asshole. Sounds like you made the right call. She was definitely searching your phone in hopes of finding something to alleviate her guilt.
exactly. Exactly.
It's
Because,
crazy.
like, she's sitting there guilty of doing it herself and she's just, hoping that he will. And it's also, I was going to say it was a trust thing at first, but the fact that she's doing it so much, yeah, it's
One of
definitely.
the replies to that comment is like, LOL, you assuming she feels guilt?
That's true too. Honestly,
Oh,
she
God.
probably was looking for evidence so that she could accuse him of doing it and then, like,
Right.
not even really, like, make herself feel better about doing it, but more of like, well, since you've been doing it, I've been doing it too.
Right, exactly.
Which is, so toxic, but don't
Also,
want that.
whenever your partner asks to see your phone and you've done nothing wrong, it's time to end it. They're often projecting or someone fed them false information. They didn't trust you enough to tell you. She didn't respect your relationship and most likely went outside of it. You have no obligation to her now. That's true to an extent. I mean, like, if your partner just randomly asks to see your phone, you don't know that they're like necessarily looking for anything. They could just not have their phone and want to look something up or whatever. Like jumping
Right.
to that immediate conclusion just because they asked to see your phone, that's a little much. But at the same time, snatching your phone away and refusing to let them look at your phone,
Red flag.
that's where that's yeah.
Like, you're obviously hiding something.
Right, exactly.
And, like, the craziest part, like, this might sound shitty on me, but, like, I've literally been dating people, and it's, like, usually casual, like, nothing's really in set in stone or anything, and I'm, like, talking to other people. Fuck, I don't care if they see my phone. Like, I hand people my phone. Granted, I have notifications from apps where it's like, oh, I don't want people to see that. But
Yeah.
got the spicy werewolf novels. They say some wild shit in the
I
notifications
know.
sometimes. Like,
That's
okay,
it's
wait, hold
crazy.
on. Let me
Oh
let
my
me get the
god,
big
she's
one.
gonna read us some.
Okay. Live reading of a notification. Oh my god, it's
Love
so
that you just
bad.
have notifications already right now, ready for this.
Oh, well, I have like a billion, so I just scrolled down on
Oh
my
my
phone.
god.
It's so bad. I'm not reading that.
Do it.
No, it's bad. It literally has. Do you really want me to read it?
Kind of. At this point, yeah, I kind of do.
Okay. It's crazy. Okay. I barely use this app anymore, but it says I'm on all fours with George thrusting into me from under me and Geo in the ass.
Honestly, that's not as bad as I was expecting it to be
Okay, well,
based
I'm
on your
also.
reaction.
I mean, do you want me to like actually? Okay, I can say what it actually says.
Oh my god, really? That's not what it
I
actually
was
says?
censoring it.
That was
Okay, you
censoring?
know
That's
what?
crazy.
You know what? Okay, fine. I'm on all fours with George thrusting into my pussy from under me and Geo in my ass. George was sucking on my boobs. Feels this or fuck this feels like heaven. Dot dot dot.
Nice.
Yeah. And I'm like, that
Oh my
shit
god, that's
comes up
hilarious.
like while I'm just chilling. So I'm like, okay, obviously if I hand someone my phone, I don't want that to
Don't give
come
your
up.
work to anybody at work. Or don't give your phone to
Right.
anybody at work. Jesus.
Exactly. Like if I'm showing something to my supervisor and that pops up, could you fucking imagine?
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, that's the first one here too. That's wild.
Absolutely insane.
Oh my god.
I'm not surprised though.
Why?
Nothing.
Are you saying I'm thirsty?
Yeah.
Fair. Oh
Have
no,
you
I
seen
accidentally
our
clicked on
D&D
it.
sessions? Oh right. Accidentally.
No, I mean a different one, but
Oh.
this one was. I don't know which one this one was. Oh, it went away. But it was the very last one. I was trying to get him to go away. Um. Oh my god. I can't believe I actually just read that
I can.
out loud.
I feel like that's not even the worst thing that we've said.
No, but I feel weird about saying the P word. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know. I always feel weird about saying that word. I don't know why.
That's fair. Maybe if I say it enough times, I'll get like desensitized to it.
Maybe.
Like in the backup plan when he just says vagina over and over.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like looking at her like
That's such a weird word.
her pedicure. Vagina,
Vagina.
vagina, vagina.
Vagina.
And he's like sitting there and he's like, vagina, 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 vagina. And he's like, if I keep saying, will it help you like to like be less freaked out? Like, no. It's making me more uncomfortable, actually. It's so funny because it literally opens with her like legs up in the stirrups. Oops, I dropped something. And she's like talking to the doctor, and she's like, "Ugh, my freaking toe, my pedicure, it's all fucked up." And he's like, "I'm not looking at your toes. I'm looking at your vagina." And I was thinking about the other day because I had to go to the gyno. And I was like, "Oh my god, my pedicure."
Oh my god. Oh, I can't even.
Oh my god, it's so awkward having like someone poking around down there. It's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
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 Bodies. Ugh.
They're crazy.
Yuck.
They're
Also,
weird.
that's huh?
They're weird.
They're weird. They smell. They're weird and hairy.
Oh my god.
I have a pimple on my eyebrow. I didn't know where
Damn,
it
that's
came
crazy. I don't know.
from. It just popped up today.
Wild.
It's so rude. I know. I got home from work and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" It's just a pimple on like
I think
the
I
edge of my
somehow
eyebrow.
managed to like punch myself in the eye while I was sleeping.
Oh my god.
Because like I went to work today and apparently my eye was like all swollen and red.
Jesus.
Yeah. I feel like I either like somehow hit myself in the face while I was sleeping, or I like slept with my left eye like on my like I don't know, like my wrist bone or something, or like my hand, I don't know. And it just like put pressure on it like all night. I was way too tired last night to like I literally slept for
Fair.
13 hours straight. I don't
Yeah.
know what happened. I could have woken up, gone outside, had a like whole boxing match, and that was why, and I probably wouldn't have noticed.
I was gonna say pink eye, but
No, because it's gone now. I definitely
that
don't
would
have
mean
pink eye. I've had pink eye
that
before.
would mean
It
someone
sucks.
farted on your pillow.
Well, not necessarily.
Well, yeah, not necessarily.
I've had pink eye before. Definitely
How
not
did
from
you
that.
get it? How did
I don't
you
know. I
get
was
it?
a kid
How do you know it wasn't a fart then?
because it wasn't me that started it. Somebody came to school with pink eye and it spread.
Oh, so they had a fart on their pillow. Got it.
Clearly.
Clearly.
That, oh my god, it fucking sucks. I hate eye drops so much. I literally had to go with my mom to um she was taking university classes at the time, and I had to go with her to the freaking university on the weekends so she could put eye drops in my eyes.
Oh my gosh.
I hated it.
Yeah, I don't like anything going in my nose or in my eyes
Yeah,
or my ears.
crazy stuff.
The
But
only
no,
thing
I don't
want
have
going...
pink eye.
Wait,
What?
I'm not going to finish that sentence.
Cool. Good. Please don't, because I'm pretty sure I know where you're going with that, and let's just not go there.
I mean, it was going to be about food, but it could have been misconstrued very easily.
You know what else was about food? Taco Bell. Whipped cream.
You know what? I don't... Oh, God.
Cucumber.
You know, I don't even think we got Taco Bell, which I think is the saddest part.
Yeah, probably. You went somewhere else for food and then went to Taco Bell. Or you went to Taco Bell first and then went somewhere else for food.
I don't even know if we got food. He was kind of a stingy prick, so...
Damn, crazy.
Yeah. Could you imagine?
Clearly wasn't stingy with his prick. Sorry, that comment was crazy.
That was.
What?
Could you imagine if you went into a Taco Bell, right? Had sex in the bathroom. The employees are obviously going to see you because they're going to see you go into the hallway and come out together. And then you get in your car and you get in the drive-thru.
Oh my god.
Imagine? Oh my god, that would be so funny. I was going to say I might have to try it sometime, but I have an apartment. I don't need to do that anymore.
But you could.
I could if I wanted to.
But if you don't want him to know where you live? Exactly. Taco Bell.
Taco Bell. I mean, I hope at that point, like, he has a place. That's
yeah, but what if he has a bunch of roommates or something?
I mean, I guess I get a free audiobook. I don't know.
What?
They get a listen.
Oh. Oh my
They get
god.
a
Let me
free
fucking tell
spicy
you.
audiobook.
I don't know if
What?
I told you, and I feel like I already talked about it on here, maybe, I don't know. But um my my best friend back home and I, we used to date roommates.
Mm-hmm.
She was dating this guy, and then they set me up with his roommate.
Uh-huh.
And and she didn't drive at the time, and they lived like in the city, and we lived just outside of the city in like a small
Right.
town attached to it. And so there was one night, my ex was working, and um, she was like, "Hey, are you gonna go in to um see your boyfriend tonight?" And I was like, "I mean, he's working, but I could probably pick him up and then go." "Why?" And she's like, "You want to take me with you so I can see mine?" And I was like, "Okay, sure."
Oh my
So
god.
we went, and I was just chilling in my ex's room because I was waiting for him to get off work so I could go pick him up.
Uh-huh.
And these two horny bitches decide to have shower sex. And the bathroom in their apartment shares a wall with my ex's bedroom.
Yep.
And it's not a very thick wall. I could hear everything through my headphones when I was watching Netflix.
Yikes.
Insane.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That is crazy. You know
We
what?
got the back for it later that night. It's fine.
Oh, well, there you go.
All right.
As long as all is fair.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know what's a weird word?
What?
Feces.
Yeah.
I was only thinking about this because we were talking about the farting on the pillow, and then I was like, oh, pink eye usually comes from having fecal matter in your eye. Fecal matter, feces. I just wanted everyone to know how I got there.
Good. I'm glad you cleared that up
You're
because I'm
welcome.
sure we were all wondering.
I knew that you were. I knew you were like, God, why is she thinking about feces?
I was actually. I was like, how did you? What? Why is this a topic of conversation based on the conversation we're already having?
Okay, so like I have like thoughts that just go like hard left, okay? A lot. And like
Oh
it
my
makes
gosh.
sense in my mind how I get there. So I always try and remember the course
As long
of
as it makes sense to you,
exactly. I
who
always
the
try
hell
to
are we to
remember.
judge?
Hey, thank you. I always at least try and remember the process of how I got there, so then I can draw people a roadmap.
You know what's crazy?
What?
The uselessness of printed roadmaps.
It's true. I mean, now.
Yeah.
Granted, it's still useful if you get lost and your phone dies.
Not necessarily. It really depends on where you are and how recently the map was printed because stuff changes so much.
That's very true.
Do
It's
they
very
even print
true.
road maps anymore?
I think probably in like smaller, like much more rural areas,
Right.
but
Who goes there anymore? Psh,
nobody.
people that live there,
I don't even think
but
they
they don't need a
stay.
map.
Yeah, they know what's going on. They know what they're doing.
Right, exactly.
They know where
Also, at
they're
this point, if your
going.
phone dies, um,
Charge it in your car.
exactly. If
What
you don't
if
keep
your
a charger
car
in your
is
car,
dying
what are you
though?
doing?
I mean, I don't have a charger in my car right now.
Why not?
Because the only
Because you
place I
took it
go
into
is
work,
well, I
didn't
brought
you?
it. Wait, no,
That
wait,
was a long time ago. I'm pretty sure you did.
no, wait. Yeah, no, I did do that. But then I brought another charger out to my car to have be like my dedicated car charger. So now I have one in my car, not at my work desk though.
See,
And now I also
my
have a
phone
bunch
holder
extra of
thing
it at
that
home.
like holds my phone to my vent is also a wireless charger that just stays plugged in, so I don't have to worry about that.
So my car has wireless charging in it, but my phone's too big to sit in that spot.
See, that's why I got the
Yeah,
holder thing.
yeah.
Except
And
now I'm
also,
limited to what kind of phone cases I can buy because they have to support wireless charging.
yeah, true.
So which means I can't put pop sockets or anything on the back of my phone anymore either.
Yeah, but you can get the ones that are like magnetic that would like stick to it too.
Um,
But they're kind of chunky.
yeah,
They don't
but I
feel
also like
nice.
my the charging port on my phone is so messed up that I use a wireless charger when I'm at home too.
Oh, okay.
I need to get a new phone, but it's not on the current budget for expenses at the moment.
That's fair. I get it.
Yeah,
I do have another Am I the Asshole story.
go for it.
All right. Am I the Okay, so this one's actually just from the title. It is potentially a trigger warning kind of situation. It is a mental health related thing too, but I do want to talk about it.
Cool.
So am I the asshole for not visiting my ex in the hospital
I knew it was this
after
one.
he tried to take his life? I, 20 female, had been with my ex, 20 male, for 5 years. We were best friends since middle school and began dating in high school. The last few months were difficult because I had to focus on my dissertation, exams, and internship. He also had to relocate to another city for 8 weeks for his internship. When his work ended, instead of coming home, he and his friends decided to go on a 4-day boys' trip. During those 4 days, he rarely texted and never contacted me. Then, on the last day, one of his friends shared an Instagram story about them being in a strip club and him making out with one of the girls. Needless to say, I broke up with him. I never became angry with him or anything. I suppose I just felt numb and wanted to be polite with him and still have him as my friend in my life. He begged for my forgiveness, claiming it was a drunken mistake and all that garbage. I forgave him, but I was unwilling to give a cheater another chance. For the month following the split, he would call me every day and say he just wanted to hear my voice. He would often cry and apologize, and all I did was be on the other line and pretend everything was fine. If I did not answer his phone, he would tell me that he was going to commit himself and that I was to blame. Well, I didn't answer his phone the day before yesterday because I was too busy at work, and he decided to take his life while under the influence of alcohol. Fortunately, he was found, and the wound was not deep, so he is doing well now. His friends keep calling and telling me to go visit him in the hospital, but I refuse. Primarily because I am scared. I feel extremely terrible, guilty. Everything seems to be my fault. He has been haunting my nightmares, and I am very sure seeing him would make me weak. And if he pleads to be back together, I will accept. Is it selfish of me not to pay him a visit? No.
No, that is extremely manipulative
Oh,
and
and completely.
not your fault at all.
No. This is a consequences of your actions in the most easily readable way. If you're going to go out with your friends on a boys' trip, that's fine. Do your thing. Have a great time. But if you're going to a strip club and then you're making out with girls and you're getting drunk, I'm sorry, but there's a course of action. It doesn't just happen.
Right.
So, and like I'm not sure why he thought that that was appropriate and was like, "Oh, it was just a drunk mistake." Like, okay, I've been drunk many times in my fucking life, and I've never tripped and fallen on a penis. I have never tripped and oh my god, our mouths are touching. What? Like,
Yeah.
even when I've been like totally trashed, I have literally been the person. Like, I remember being so shit faced the first time I got drunk, and this one guy who was a total creep like took my friend to the side of the house, and I walked over there and I was so drunk I was announcing people's burps because whatever.
Yeah.
And I literally was like, I'm not leaving because I don't think that she wants to be over here with you because I heard her say she didn't. And so you can stop and not be a creep and be a fucking predator, or I'll get louder.
Right.
So
Exactly.
pick. Like, I know that, drunk mistakes happen. Like, you fall, you do whatever, you know, sometimes you say something you don't mean to. But, like, I really have a hard time when people say, oh, I didn't mean to sleep with that person. I was drunk. Like, okay, well, then you limit yourself. You don't drink as much then. You don't put yourself in a position where you, um, are drinking so much that, you kiss someone, or like, I mean, you're going to a strip club. You're already in an area where like the sexual kind of vibe is
Yeah.
a lot more heightened already. Why would you add into that alcohol? And then also you're not even texting your girlfriend the entire time you're there. Like it's giving that you don't actually, like, you're acting like you're single for the weekend, and like that's so ugh, I hate that. So like, and it is such a manipulation thing. Like, I've literally talked to guys before where they're like, I need you to talk to me, blah blah, like, if you don't, I'll commit suicide. I'm like, I don't really take that lightly because I've experienced suicide in my life.
Right, exactly. And it's not
And
your responsibility to fix the person. Um, if their mental health is bad enough that they are claiming that like you're the only reason for them to live or anything along those lines, they need serious help,
yeah,
not from you, from
exactly.
professionals that can deal with that sort of thing.
Exactly. And like,
And trying to use it as leverage for you to forgive his mistakes that he made
mhm,
is just manipulation.
exactly. And I think OP handled herself very well. Like,
Yeah.
she could have been screaming and angry and
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
fuck that guy, fuck him, like all the things. And she was literally like, it's cool, I'm done though. I respect myself enough that it's a no. I forgive you because mistakes happen, but it's a mistake that I don't trust your
Yeah,
judgment and your actions anymore. Like,
exactly.
and that's just what it is. Like, he could have said, you know what, that's my loss at this point. I could still have you in my life.
Right, exactly.
So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's rough when mental health gets like to that level, because there's a lot of different factors too. Like, I'm obviously not victim, or I'm not blaming OP at all or anything,
Yeah,
but when, you're fragile, in a state of fragile mind, and like made a mistake and everything's kind of crumbling, and the fact that she handled it so well probably made it even worse, where like, you know maybe he would have been able to get over it faster if she had gotten upset. But like, still,
right,
again,
exactly.
not at all her fault. That's when
No,
he needs to take a step back and be like, I'm not processing this well, and I need help. Like, I need genuine
exactly.
help.
Yeah,
And that's why I think mental health is so, so important, because
right.
people look at it as like a weakness to go and seek help. And like, a lot of it for me, it's literally just talking, but it's being able to talk and like have your own mindset kind of challenged a little bit, and getting down to the root of like why this thought process is the way that it is. And maybe his friends should be better too, in the fact that maybe stop asking her to go see him, and you guys fucking get better and show up for him.
Right. Get him the help that he actually needs, not
Exactly.
what he thinks that he needs
Right. Or
from
trying to.
somebody who's it's not their responsibility.
Exactly, like, oh yeah, let's help him rope
And
his
honestly, that wouldn't even
ex-girlfriend.
be helping him at that point. Even like if she showed up, if anything, that would be detrimental to him
Exactly.
because that's just solidifying in his brain that she is the solution to his problems when
And
she's not.
also, yeah, and also like his manipulation is working on her. And
Right,
that's so
exactly.
detrimental to her, because then she is basically going into a situation where she's no longer comfortable. She no longer trusts her partner. She has been manipulated emotionally to be there. And so like, she's jeopardizing her mental well-being and her
Yeah,
happiness just to placate someone who fucked up. Like, genuinely fucked up. He fucked up before he even was kissing the other girls. Like,
exactly.
he wasn't even talking to her.
Crazy,
People
crazy
can be
stuff in
wild.
this world.
Yeah,
I know. But yeah, I think that's a good spot to wrap this week.
definitely. It's a little
Um,
heavier, but
yeah. Next week we're going to be doing some um really good conversation about mental health stuff.
Yeah.
Um, which is going to be great. I'm excited. It should
Me
be
too.
good. Just fair warning to some of you that may not particularly want to be around certain topics. They may come up next week, just so that you are fully aware. There will be um, content warnings on next week's episode as well, just so that people can be aware before they listen.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, we're going to go a little bit more into a deep conversation next week rather than a little bit away from the funnier topics for the week.
Yeah.
And yeah, so look forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
Super exciting stuff.
Totally.
Um, yeah, we'll catch you guys next Tuesday. Make sure to catch us on our Twitches. And also, there is the first piece of Just Saying merch available now.
Yeah.
Um, I will post the link in the description of the episode. For now, you can get it through my merch store that I have attached to my account. Sarah's will be up soon as well, and then eventually we will have a official Just Saying merch page that get all sorts of stuff on. But for the moment, we do have our first design piece of merch for Just Saying. It's a beautiful little journal with our logo and our colors on it. And yeah, so you can find that there on the Fourth Wall website that is linked in the description. And there's also some other fun stuff, including this t-shirt that my VTuber is wearing right now in this episode. There's also a black version and some other stuff that is super fun. So be sure to check those out.
Yeah.
And make sure you hop on our Twitch chats when you can. And we will see you guys next Tuesday.
Yeah. See you guys next time.
Bye, guys.